Hello. Okay, I believe this has gone live. Hello, everybody. It's Ade. Welcome to Nubian Beings Live. We haven't done a live in a long time, so this is really exciting. And I will introduce my guest shortly. She is Alesha Dixon. And so I'm going to get her on here, and we're going to have a quick chat. So let's get that going. Hopefully this all goes well. I always get really nervous around lives. There she is. Fantastic. Hello.
Oh, how are you?
I'm well. Can you hear me okay? I always get really nervous on lives.
I,
Are
I
we
can
good?
I can hear you just fine.
Perfect. How are you doing?
Do you know what? I've been better. I'm not. I
Yeah,
can't even lie anymore.
that's fair enough.
Like the world is just so vulnerable right now. I've been so depressed and just anxious and just feeling helpless at home and doing everything that I can to send things out to get things over to Poland for the refugees. So I'm being honest with you, like my heart is breaking and I feel quite low
Yeah.
right now. But your face is making me feel better because it's like sunshine.
Thank you. You know what? I have been, thank you actually for being honest, and thank you for sharing that, because I think so much of the world is feeling that way. And it's very easy to say, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. So thank you for being honest about that. Uh,
Yeah, it's like you're trying to sort of carry on with life and try and find joy and try and just get on with things, but actually it's difficult, isn't it? Just sort of functioning and just going about your business as normal, because some things now just don't feel as sort of important while all of this is going on.
yeah.
um, so I was very happy and excited to do this today because it actually gave me some motivation.
Oh, well, I'm glad. I'm
I,
glad.
and actually right now, like, it is about taking care of ourselves, isn't it? And looking for our mental well-being, because I think a lot of us are suffering.
Exactly. Oh, well, I'm so glad you said that. And so for everybody joining, this is Alesha Dixon. And I know so many of us know you from your career in entertainment, in music, and on TV. But you're also an entrepreneur. And you have started a new business,
Yes.
which is, as an entrepreneur myself, oh, it's always an experience. So what has that experience been like with creating NobleBlu?
Yeah, so I always wanted to have my own business. I think it's really about finding something that feels authentic to you. And
Yeah,
that's been the common denominator with everything that I do, everything I've done. I just want it to be an extension of who I am and something that serves other people, whether it's through entertainment now, whether it's through wellness. And so thinking about my own brand, it really felt like the right direction for me to go with wellness. And I was very fortunate to hook up with a fantastic company called HealthKind, who have really educated me. And I'm still learning so
yeah,
much. I'm sure you can appreciate that. Even
absolutely.
when you're up and running, you're still learning so much about business and trying to, and as a creative person, it's quite conflicting, isn't it? Sometimes,
Yeah,
if I had my way, it would be strictly, everything would be just creative. But actually there's the other side to it. But I thought, if I'm going to do this, then I want it to be something organic, authentic, something that's worked for my life, something that would be a fantastic offering for other people. And so NobleBlu was born nearly a year ago now. And this kind of all came into fruition during the pandemic, when
right.
us were trying to be resourceful and find new ways to do business and to kind of become more self-sufficient and independent.
Yeah,
So I have a fantastic team that do most of the heavy lifting.
right.
Um, I have been very fortunate to be a part of this process and this journey. And, NobleBlu is my new baby. And actually the name NobleBlu is a combination of the meaning of my name and my daughter's name,
Oh,
Sky.
I love that.
Yeah. And so the supplements are the first offering, but
Mhm.
many exciting things to come this year from NobleBlu. And the main thing we want is for people to feel like they are you know, receiving something very premium, natural. You know, I've made sure that everything is as natural as it possibly can be. I think there's so much noise out there and so much choice that a lot of people don't always know which direction to go in. I was the same, you know, I'd just buy something because the packaging looked pretty.
Exactly.
So I, you know, so I think that's why it's been so nice for me to go on this journey and really learn about, you know, what we're putting into our body, because essentially we are what we eat, we are what we consume, and actually we all need a bit of help, and whether that, you know, that's mind, body and soul. And
Yeah.
so yes, there's lots of things to come from NobleBlu, the supplements being the first, but this is a journey that I want people to come on with us,
Yeah.
and be of service to help people along the way with all sorts of things that are going on in their lives.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you take care of yourself, then actually life becomes a little bit more manageable. I think you do the people that you love and the people around you a great service if you're in a good place in yourself.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad that you mentioned the journey. And I know when I started Nubian Skin, I created it because it was something I couldn't find. And it was definitely influenced by my experience. And
Yeah.
I was really curious as to how because obviously you're a busy woman, how your previous career has influenced this venture and how that has maybe added to what you bring to the whole, to the company.
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess going back to what I said before, the authenticity, really. Everything I do is an extension of who I am. I don't actually know any other way to be.
I love that.
It has to feel, it has to be believable, it has to be genuine, authentic. And I don't like to put my name to anything that I'm, you know, not using or working with myself. I think all of that's important. I've spent a lot of time in the entertainment industry, which is very challenging.
Mm.
It's very difficult to stay grounded within the entertainment industry, particularly when, you know, I've spent most of my time on an aeroplane or in another country, very much definitely not at home often. And I think to try and keep a sort of sense of calm, a
Yeah.
bit of a crazy business has been challenging. And so a lot of my sort of time, focus and energy nowadays is trying to strive for balance of life, which is the mantra for NobleBlu.
Exactly. And so I was going to ask you about that because NobleBlu is all about wellness and balance. And why is that so important to you?
Because I think as human beings, it's really important to stay grounded and to stay
Mm.
balanced as we possibly can, because I think we can have highs and lows and it's not good for us, and it's not good for ourselves, our relationships, the way we operate, the way we do business. Being present and finding your joy in the now is very challenging for people. We're either carrying the heavy load of our past, which I've done,
Mm.
and the load has lightened along the way,
Yeah.
or we're in the future and missing the now. So balance of life to me, what I've learned from now being a mother, from now being in my early 40s, the only thing that really exists and really matters is now. You know those that you love, having love for yourself, kindness, you recognize and realize what's important in life.
Yeah.
And so to have a brand that supports that, you know, that feeling and that belief, is important to me. And you know, supplements are just one thing, they are the icing on the cake.
Yes.
You know, it's really about all the things that we do in our lives, you know, what we're reading, what we're consuming, how we treat people, how we look after our body, how we take care of those around us. It's so many elements to balance of life. But I found that when I am my most calm, or when I'm in my most balanced state, that's when life is the most enjoyable for me.
I love that.
You know, and so once you tap into that, that becomes what you want to be your normality, recognizing that the human experience will still, you know, you will still,
Have its downs.
it's learning how to ride the wave and maneuver through these moments in a more manageable way and get back to that balanced state, which we're all striving for, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and I love that you mentioned that so often we're either sort of stuck in the past with the baggage of the past, or we're striving for that point in the future that we miss out on the present. And I think that's so important to, you know, especially now as we talk about the world just feels so fragile, just being and taking the time to be in the present, when there's so much anxiety around us. And one of my questions is going to be, what's your inspiration behind the brand? And obviously you've talked actually quite a lot about that. But You're, as I mentioned before, you're a very busy woman. You know, you're a professional, you're a mother, you're a partner. You have your finger in lots of different pots. How do you find balance, and how do you find balance in all of that?
Yeah, I think it's a good question, isn't it? Because when you are juggling lots of different things, some would say, well, that's not, you know, balance of life. But actually, there is a lot of balance in that, because I'm essentially doing things that I want to do. And I'm in a place now in my life where I'm only working on things that ignite something in my spirit, or bring me joy, or challenge me. And so it's the thing that I am most grateful for is that I have that choice, about who I work with and what I work on. So even though it seems like I'm busy and my fingers are in lots of different pies, it's because I want those. I'm attracting those things into my life because I want them.
Yeah.
It's trying to find a moment for my own thoughts, which is most difficult, I have to say, because where it's the minute I've, you know, finished my emails or my Zoom meetings or physically gone to work, and then it's, you know, focuses on my girls and my partner, like you say, and then you have a long to-do list. So finding moments in your day for you is challenging, but you can do it, and you have to force yourself to do it. And I remember it was actually Oprah Winfrey that I heard say this in an interview once, and she said, if you cannot find 5 minutes in your day for yourself, then you are doing yourself a disservice. She said, even if it's going to the bathroom and meditating for 5 minutes and locking the door, or going for a walk, or, you know, taking your dogs out. If you don't like going out for walks, I don't know, exercising, or reading a book, meditation, hanging out with friends, whatever your thing is that makes you feel calm and centers you, then I think that's only you know what those codes are and what works best. But for me, it's working out. You know, I love nature. I love being outside with my dogs. I love just being with my children. These things bring me joy and bring me back into the present.
Yeah.
Really the simple things, you know, it's not about overthinking it. It's really just about shutting out the noise, shutting out the world, and just simplifying things. Cooking a nice meal for my family, like that, I find quite therapeutic.
Oh, I love that. And I love that you mentioned things that are very attainable, because I think sometimes we get in our heads about, oh, balance and, you know, perfection is going to be when I'm doing all these like crazy things. And actually, a lot of it is the things that are close to home and close to our heart.
Gosh, yeah, like just good music, cooking a nice meal and hanging out with my family.
Yeah.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
Oh, I love that. Now, let's talk about the product specifically, because I love that at the moment you've got both supplements, but you've also got sort of more reflective products as well.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the idea of the cards and the journals?
Yeah, well, we just thought it'd be a really nice addition just to have. I mean, things like that really work for me. I always have, you know, a book by my bedside table where I can open it up on any page, and sometimes that will speak to me and tell me something I need to hear that day. And I find sort of positive affirmations really powerful in that respect. You are your thoughts as well. And so I just thought the cards, the journals, everything, as I said, with the supplements being the icing on the cake, all the other elements to kind of creating that balance in your life. It's how you speak, it's how you think, it's all of those things. So I just thought they complemented it really nicely. And we broke it down into 5 supplements because we felt like each supplement represents an important part of your life. So we've got beauty, obviously, for obvious reasons, because most of us girls, we want good hair, we want good skin, and we want good nails. And we don't have the beautiful sunshine here. Have to create our own sunshine and make sure we give ourselves, you know, give our body what it needs to kind of, you know, be as strong as it can be and function as beautifully as it can be. So beauty is for obvious reasons. Focus is a really great one for people like myself who love coffee. I'm a new coffee drinker. I never used to drink coffee before. But if you're somebody who's aware that you're maybe having too much caffeine,
Right.
that brain fog in the middle of the afternoon, and you want to have a cat nap, then really good for your attention, your alertness. All of those things are really important. Obviously, natural caffeine's in there as well, which is great. So I found that really useful to take at kind of like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. It really helps. Energy, for obvious reasons, I take this before I work out. And also it's great post-workout as well. And immunity, we can't scream about that anymore if we tried. Like,
exactly.
super important to keep your system working. You know, I also, as well as taking immunity, when I manage to squeeze in the time to do it, I will juice some ginger, maybe some turmeric, although that's messy, so maybe stick to the ginger, kale, apple, as just, you know, other additional things to help sort of fight off things.
Yeah.
Lastly, balance.
Mm.
You know, it's all about that hormonal balance, mental balance, and it's like good bacteria's in here. And, you know, we've heard that saying, happy tummy, happy mind, and a lot of things start in the gut. So it's like gut health is really, really important. That's why you know, if you eat rubbish all week, you generally feel rubbish. If you eat well, the body responds. And it's the same with, you know, your supplements, that if you put the good stuff in, the body will respond. We're very vulnerable, and we're very strong, but we do need a little bit of help. We need a bit along the way. And so I've always taken supplements. It's always been something I've had a relationship with. But as I said to you before, you know, there's a lot of noise out there and there's a lot of choice. I've been very lucky that I've worked with a team that really educated me on supplements and what goes into the body. And so it's a daily ritual for me now. I feel like I'm doing myself a service. I'm being kind to myself.
Okay.
You just need those moments in the day where you do something nice for yourself, and it doesn't always have to be a supplement, but it has to be water, good sleep, good food. All of those things add to your own volume.
Oh, love it. And if before you go, if you could give us sort of 3 top tips for finding balance, what would those be?
Oh, top tips for finding balance. I would say just take it back to the basics.
Mm.
As simple for yourself as possible, and maybe just take it one day at a time. Because I find if we think about how we want to feel in 2 months, 3 months, a year, it can become overwhelming.
Yeah.
My main tip to people is one day at a time. Think about your day and think, what one thing can I do for myself today which is kind? Whether go for a walk, whether that's you read a book, whether that's you meditate, whether it's you make a smoothie or you eat a healthy dinner, whatever that small thing is, each day, baby steps, moment to moment, you know, not thinking about the you know, the small, take it step by step. I would also recommend that people, as much as I love my box sets and I've always got one on the go, squeeze in some time to listen to a really, really good podcast, or listen to Eckhart Tolle, or some of these amazing, you know, spiritual leaders that have wise words of wisdom that bring you back to reality. Do it. I don't do it as much as I used to. It's something I have to remind myself. My other half, who I can see here,
he's left you a little note.
He's doing it, like he'll put something on in the background and I think, oh, why is he putting that on? But actually it's something like really nourishing, good positive nuggets in there, you know, something that really helps you kind of bring sort of mental awareness and clarity of thought to your day. So that's really helpful. And exercise. I know some people like to do it, but exercise doesn't mean you have to go to a gym. You know, just something that gets you moving and gets the blood pumping around your body, because nothing makes me feel more alive than when I have worked out. And if I haven't done it for a long time, I start to feel really stagnant in my energy. I feel really kind of just a bit low in myself. So I think forcing yourself to do something, even if it's go for a quick walk, just get moving, it really does, you know, chemically change the molecules in your body and you start to feel good. And so, yeah, that's what I mean by the basics, you know, mind, body, soul. If you can.
Oh, I love that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for telling us a little bit more about NobleBlu, and how can people find it? How can people learn more about the brand?
Well, you can go to NobleBlu.com. and everything you need to know will be on there, or you can follow NobleBlu Official or follow myself. And yeah, we're always putting information on there, and we've got some really exciting things coming this year which we're going to keep building on. So I hope you guys come on that journey with us, and I want to congratulate you on what you've done. Like,
Thank you.
it's so beautiful, so brilliant. You are amazing. I've been so I want to wish you the best of luck with everything you're doing as well. Keep doing it, and we thank you for everything you've given to us as women of color. It's so important, so thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. And thank you to everybody for joining. I'm being blinded by sunlight, so but
be kind to each other.
Yeah, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you, and best of luck. And yeah,
sending everyone lots and lots of love always. Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Take care. Bye, everyone.